Hello everyone, I'm Casa, a variety streamer over on Twitch. I really market myself as half arts and crafts, half gaming streamer. Normally here on my YouTube, I post just previous playthroughs and I'm kind of going through all of them, even though I'm behind. Some of the videos I'm putting out were from like months ago, and right now I'm editing videos that were from February, and today is April 5th. So it's a great time. I have been wondering what I should do for YouTube as far as like crafting content, because I feel like I find it very easy on Twitch to just kind of just do it and then talk to people online and be like, yup, this is the thing I'm working on, and then I throw like a dick joke every 10 seconds, chat laughs at me, whether it's at me or with me, probably at me. But I think what I want to do, or at least a good start in which to sort of get this ball going, and maybe this kind of influences me to have some more ideas. Also, hi Georgia, my cat Georgia, pain in my ass, especially today. She's been So I figured what I want to do, or at least a good start, would be to do kind of like quarterly updates as to all of the projects that I've completed, I'm working on, and that I would like to start at some point. So that's why I'm kind of here. It's so weird for me to talk and not see chat on this side. Normally when I stream, I've thought about doing this live, but I'm trying to figure that out. This is brand new to me. But I figure what I'm going to do today, we're going to go over all the projects that I've completed, like I said, working on, and want to do, and then hopefully 4 months from now, which it's April now, so hopefully in August, although I will say in August I do my yearly charity event, so that one may be a little delayed, and we might do like September because I'm always very busy with that. So that's kind of the ideal plan. And then if I want to do more, the thing is, I'm going with quarterly instead of doing like weekly or monthly. I have other friends who sort of do the same type of video that do way more frequent updates. And the thing is that one, I have a full-time job. I work at a bank, 9 to 5, 8 to 5 job, and that takes up so much time. But honestly, I am also very slow, I think, when it comes to crafting for the most part. So I have a list on my phone. I made a list this morning of all my projects, boom, and like current projects and future projects. So first we're going to start with what I've done so far, from what I've finished so far in the first quarter of 2025. I will start with my Witcher project. So I actually started this project back in January of 2023. My initial goal was to finish it at the end of 2023. That did not happen. Clearly, I wanted to finish it at the end of 2024, and then with the holidays and everything, I never got around to it. So I actually finished it, I think, the first or second week of 2025. So I'm like, yeah, I finished it in 2024, but in actuality, don't call me out, I did finish it this year. I actually have, so I will say, with majority of my finished projects that I've done so far, I don't have them anymore because I've given them away, and so I only have 2 that I have on hand with me. But here's the Witcher project. I have not framed it at all. That is something I want to work on, is getting it framed at some point. So maybe in a future update video, maybe I finally get it framed. Who knows? This project was a total of 30,884 stitches. Now I omitted about 9,000 something stitches because I stitched it on black fabric. But here's the completed project. Again, not framed, but hopefully in an update I will have this framed. But I used black fabric that I got this off of 123 Stitch, great website, and so I omitted about 9,000 stitches just by using black fabric alone. So this, if I remember correctly, I did 22,000 stitches, something like that, more or less. So, but yeah, this project took me 2 years to do, and really, I really did lose track with this one, and I was doing so many things, and so I was happy to be done with it. This project also taught me about gridding. I had prior to this project, I never did gridding on cross stitches. I just sort of winged it. Above me, and I don't want to move the camera, I have my Stardew Valley cross stitch that I did in 2022, which was 32,000 stitches, but I bought pre-gridded fabric. In my experience, and if anybody knows, I'm gonna go to a website with pre-gridded fabric that's not just white. That would be great. So that was my problem at the time when I was buying the fabric for this project, was I couldn't find pre-gridded fabric. So I kind of just like went around on the internet and tried to find different ways to grid. One method that I'd seen prior was, you know, the marker, using the fabric marker, and then doing which now I do on my newer projects that you'll see in a little bit, which is with the sulky thread, which that has been amazing so far. This project, shout out to the cross stitch subreddit, because they gave me this idea that I will never use again. Basically, I took one strand, and I really should have chose a different color. I chose yellow, one strand of yellow DMC floss, and I gridded it that way. Now you can't really see it unless if you zoom in, there are bits and pieces of that yellow thread that sort of just got stuck in this. And if I show you the back, okay, and something I'm working on this year is learning how to make my back semi nicer. I've never really cared about the backs of my projects, but I'm starting to slowly change that this year. I learned how to do a loop start this year. I've been cross stitching, by the way, for like 5 years, and I've never done a loop start, and I learned how to do it, and I learned how to do the front loop. It's been great. It's been great. I'm really learning this year. But on the back, I know it's terrible. But on the back, if you zoom in some parts, I know it's probably a little hard to see. I'll do this in post, but there's bits of that yellow sort of sewn in, and you can't see it as much. I did as best as I could on the front so that you couldn't see the yellow, but if you were to, like I have it right in front of me, I can see like little tiny spots, which like far away when I frame this and I hang it on a wall somewhere, I'm not gonna see it, but again, right up close to my face, I see it. So that project really taught me a lot about gridding. The second project that I have on me that I didn't give away that I have finished so far, it's actually a new craft, and I bought this when I was drunk on Christmas. I actually wanted to make a separate YouTube video about it, and I probably will at some point, because I have all the footage. I just need to edit it together. It's basically a sticker by number, and it's from a brand called Pixels. So I chose the purple, trying to not get the glare here, but the purple abstract one, because one, I wanted to do a small project, so this was pretty inexpensive. So with, oh my god, there's so much cat hair in this. With this, and I got a free, oh, I guess that's technically a finish too. You see this cat right there on my bookshelf? That's also from here. So when you are a first time buyer, and maybe I'm getting this wrong, you get a free little gift. And so mine, I have a photo of it that I'll put on screen because I obviously can't show you right here, but that cat was one of them. So that was actually my first one. So with this was 13 USD. The cat was a freebie with shipping. Now the shipping took fucking forever, but I think it's because I ordered around Christmas time, so you know, keep that in mind. But I spent only about $18 in total. Now I will say, if you ever get one of these, make sure you have pretty thin tweezers. That's probably something I'll talk about in my video reviewing this, but I had diamond painting tweezers from Diamond Art Club when they used to give those out, and those did okay, but I think mine were pretty old, that they weren't as good as they were. So I actually ended up ordering and it's somewhere in my cart here, like very thin tweezers off Amazon, and that made this project way better. So this was something brand new. I got an Instagram ad about this when I was drunk Christmas Eve. I was at home with my family, and I was just browsing, and I was like, this is really cool, and I'm gonna buy one. And it took about a month to get here. So then I started it, and I initially was doing this for a YouTube video, which again, I might do someday, we'll see. But yeah, overall I really like this. It's a lot smaller than what I thought. That's what she said. And I thought it was gonna be a lot bigger. It's also what she said. They do have some giant sticker by numbers. So again, I got abstract, but they have ones that make actual images, and they actually, from what I saw on their website, they license artists, and they actually hold competition for pixel artists to basically kind of get partnered with them, get licensed with them, which is really, really cool from what I've seen. So I would love to buy another one of these again. It did take a while. It was a learning process because I'd never done this before. It was advertised to me as diamond painting, but with stickers. And I would argue that, yeah, it was, but this was definitely, you have to be more precise with this. You can kind of see at the top. So I started at the top. So the instructions say to stop it, or stop to start. Yeah, just stop the project. Don't even look at it. To start in the top left corner, I did do that initially, and then I kind of went all over the place because I just wanted to see what the difference was. I don't know if you can really see it, but it's at the top, I definitely struggled a lot more, and as I did more of this project, I sort of got the hang of getting these a bit more aligned. So I would like to do another one of these. So this is my second project that I've completed thus far that I have in my hands. The rest of them I've given away. So in February, we raised money for American Heart Association. I was part of a raid train, the Unity with Love raid train, and it was an honor to be a part of. We raised over $500. I owe a lot of incentives to chat. Two of the incentives were I made these, and I'm gonna show you the first one I did. It's really bad because the instructions for this pattern, I kind of redid it because I followed the instructions, after I did it, didn't make sense. It looked really weird and different from the photo, so I changed it and I altered it slightly. Came out way better. I'll post images here. So this little guy, this was the first one I made. He's a little wonky. So like I said, I altered the pattern and it came out way better. Here's the photo of the two. I gave these two away. This is the test run I did. I did this live, and he's a little wonky. I kept him. He's a little wonky guy, but he chilling. So I guess I technically did 3 of these. See, I'm not good at keeping up with my shit that I've finished, because as I'm talking, I'm like, wait a minute. I did this. No, I did this. Fuck if I know. The third thing that I have on my list is if you hang out in my Twitch chat, you save enough channel points. Right now, it's 175k channel points. You can get a custom cross-stitch keychain. For those that don't know, I started off, when I started crafting, I started with cross-stitch, specifically cross-stitch keychains. And it's still something I do very rarely these days because I'm doing so many other things, but I still have it as part of my stream. That if you hang out enough, you get a free thing. I pay for shipping. I make the thing. I stream it, whatever. So the first one, I'm going to put it here, was for Hamster, Terrible Hamster. He specifically wanted my captain emote. So shout out to Josh, I guess, my mod Josh. He's gonna see this and be like, wow, Casa likes me. His ego's gonna go up. Yeah, whatever, Josh. But Josh had, a year or two ago prior, had made me a pattern to use as perler bead, and I actually made them, and I don't think I have photos of this because it was so long ago. I gave that away. I made a perler bead of the emote, so I just used that same pattern but did it in cross stitch form. So that was the next project I finished. The, I guess, 4th or 5th one, I don't know what number this is, but I also made another custom keychain for another member of the community, Minty Pie, who also streams on Twitch. You should check her out. I found out through Minty Pie about paper filigree and paper quilling, which I had no idea was a thing. Minty had also saved enough channel points, and she wanted, she's a VTuber, so she wanted her avatar in keychain form. So I custom made this pattern myself. I'll put imaged here. I dabble a little bit in pattern making. I'm not an expert, but you know, I did make it myself, and it did arrive to her a few weeks ago, so that was really, really cool. I also finished, and this was also at the very beginning of the year, I finished a cute little cat amigurumi that I owed for another viewer, Gaming Brain, because the first one got lost. Shout out to Customs. It's only gonna get worse. So I have a couple of WIPs, works in progress, that I'm gonna show you next. One of the first ones I'm gonna show you, this is a project I actually restarted, and I'll insert TikToks here. Basically, I restarted it. It is a project of Pokemon. It is a project of Apom from Pokemon, my favorite Pokemon ever since I was a child. And I are making a granny square blanket out of it to sort of mimic pixel art. I was inspired by 8-Bit Emmy, who I don't know if she still makes them, but she has in the past made plenty of these blankets. And I've always wanted to do one, and I finally got inspired to finally start one. But I initially did it with a 5mm hook, and I'm using red heart yarn, which I thought, 5mm, I've used 5mm with it. As I was building, I'm going to insert the videos I have that I've taken of me being like, this is too fucking big. So ultimately I decided to restart it since I was pretty, I had a good chunk of progress, but I wasn't like halfway done. So I made the executive decision to restart the project. So I ended up switching to a 3.25mm hook. It is way smaller, but it's still kind of big. But I mean, it's a blanket. So basically, and I need to weave in the ends. I'm trying to do it every couple of squares so I'm not totally losing my mind. But I finished row 1 very recently, and that's what the TikTok has. And then row 2, this is how much I've gotten. So I'm barely at the top of his head. That's where we're at with this. This is not a hard project by any means. It just takes a while. This is gonna be, you know, my initial goal was to finish this by the end of the year, but I'm not gonna be mad if I don't finish it. So the next project I have, so we're gonna get into cross stitch. So I have 2 cross stitches that I'm currently working on as of this moment. The first one, it is Fight Like a Girl cross stitch. I'm gonna insert the Etsy page I got it from, but I bought this pattern because I was part of a wonderful raid train celebrating International Women's Day, the UWU raid train, Uplifting Women Unite, and I was honored to have been chosen to sort of showcase me as a woman, you know, celebrate International Women's Day. But I started this project and I still haven't finished on it, but it's fine. Here is my progress on it so far, and I'm 53.22% done. I have a total of 1,785 stitches out of 3354. So this is what I have done so far. Oh, I fucked up my needle. This is what I have so far. So I actually tried out a new shop to get fabric from. I tried out a new shop. It's Digi Stitchery on Etsy, and they have so many colors, and so far, so it's printed, so on the back, you know, and here's the front. I really like it so far, and I think I will order from them again. So the pattern on the website for this is on black, and actually it's a bit darker than what the camera shows. This camera is always weird with the coloring, but it's a little bit darker. So I didn't want to do black. I kind of stuck with this like darker blue because I feel like it'll still, like, you can still see, you know, the other blues stand out. But yes, this is where I'm at. So I've kind of started a little bit on the butterfly. My goal is to finish this definitely by the end of the year, but I don't have like an immediate goal for it. I do know once I finish this project, I'll be adding an embroidery project to my list of projects because I've been wanting to get back into that for so long. But here's this. So I really like this. It's really good so far, and like I said, I'm over halfway done. So if I get back to it and I do enough, maybe I'll finish it. I should finish this by the time I do another update video, okay? And if I'm not done, you didn't hear it from me. Anyways, the second project, cross stitch project I have, this is my big one. I do have a goal with this one, which I'm a little doubtful that I will finish this or hit the goal that I intend to, just because there's so much to this. So this is my first ever Heaven and Earth design. For those that don't know what a Heaven and Earth design is, or a HADE, it's a company that makes giant cross stitch patterns, and they're gorgeous and they're beautiful. And I've known about them for a long time, but I never really knew what I wanted to do. And Gom, my mod, they showed me the inside of a pirate ship one, which is, I'll show you what it's gonna look like when it's finished, and it's called a story life, whatever. I'm gonna insert it here, okay, because I can't remember things. And this pattern, the one I'm doing, is actually the story keep. So this pattern is 100,000 stitches. The original pattern is 500,000 stitches. I said, absolutely fucking not am I gonna do 500,000 stitches. So I'm doing the 100,000 stitch version. So right now I am at 3.96% done. 4,056 4,056 stitches out of 102,375. My goal for this is to finish this within 4 years, because I know this is going to take me freaking forever. So I want to try to get to 25% by the end of 2025. I'm not really on track for that, because if you divide that by 12, that's like 2% every month. We're in April, so that means I should hit 8% by the end of April. I'm barely at 4, so if I'm lucky, maybe I'll hit 12% by the end of the year. But as I said earlier, I don't have it like an immediate goal. I knew this was going to be a project that was going to take me a very long time. I have, and something I sort of implemented with this project is my Twitch chat actually dictates on how much I am working on this project. So when you pop into a stream, there is a channel point redemption for one channel point called the Daily Stitch Redeem, and at the end of the month, the total number that my counter has, that's how many stitches I do on this project the following month. So right now for March, we hit 302, something like that, slightly over 300. So that means at some point in April I will work 300 stitches on this. I would probably do more just if I decide to work on this project, or if I also have a change the craft redeem on my channel, which Josh used last week, and I did work more on this project. So this one's just kind of like, it's just there when I want to work on it. So this is also my first time doing 25 count. The smallest count I've ever used is 22, and that was my first cross stitch project ever, which I didn't realize what count meant back then. I thought that meant you got 22 pieces of fabric, not the size of the fucking, I'm cussing a lot, the size of the square. So that one, yeah, I didn't have a good experience with that. So this is my first time doing 25 count. I think this is Lugana. I also got this off of 123 Stitch. The needle minder is from Azure Koi, who custom made me these needle minders for my charity event. Last year we raised money for testicular cancer, so I gave a bunch of these away. Are actually in the process, I'm not gonna leak anything, we're in the process of making needle minders for my charity event this year. We're raising money for breast cancer, so if you'd like to potentially win a needle minder, you know, hang out then. It's going to be in August, long time from now, but yeah. And then the grime guard, this is also my first ever grime guard. I've been cross stitching for years, and I never used a grime guard. These things are amazing. I got this off of Etsy. I believe it is from, and I know they added their tag, Kel Made It. They have a bunch of cute ones, so highly recommend. I really love it. It's Calcifer. Calcifer is my favorite Studio Ghibli character, so it works out. I actually switched the grime guard between this one and the other cross stitch project I show you. I would like to buy more in the future, but I only have the one. So whenever I'm working on whichever one, I actually do like switch them out. But this has been fun so far. I really do like this, but definitely Hades. After this one, I've thought about maybe doing the Lord Libidin. I hope I'm saying their name right. The giant Pokemon cross stitch that I've seen a lot of people do. I wouldn't do Gen 1 though. I maybe would do Gen 2 or 4 because those are my favorite, but that's a long time from now. Okay. So that's it as far as cross stitching. I do have another cross stitch project I'm not going to show you because it is actually a surprise. So the cross stitch keychain redemption I talked about that I have on Twitch, a good friend of mine, Soro, Royal, I should say her full legal name, her full legal Twitch name. She redeemed one, and she wanted it to be a surprise, so I made a custom pattern. I'm actually looking at it right now. I'm not going to show it, but hopefully, you know, I'll finish it soon, and hopefully in the next video I will show you what that looked like. So that's another one that's also a work in progress. I have, as far as works in progress, I have 2 left for you. So I also do diamond painting. I host what's called the Diamond Painting Along, the DPAL, over on Twitch with my good friend Sheepy, who also is here on YouTube and also streams on Twitch, and we host the event together. It's sort of a craft along for diamond painters. This is our 3rd year doing it. I'm going to insert all the information here. If you'd like to join us, I'll post a link to the form in the description, and you're welcome to join. You get goodies from us. You get free goodies if you finish by December 31st of 2025. My project is Haunted by Diamond Art Club. Beautiful, beautiful diamond painting. It's purple too. Purple's my favorite color. So this is what I have done so far on it. So I am on row 2. Yeah. road to. Obviously my goal is to finish this by 2025, but I don't have anything immediate. I'm kind of, when it comes to this diamond painting along, I'm a bit slow at the start. It's my own damn event and I'm slow. And as we get, you know, to the end of the year, I go faster and faster and I work on this more and more. But this is where we're at with it. I have it rolled up right now. So again, I'm at the very, very, very top of this. So that's where we're at with this one. I don't really have like a percentage or a goal or anything like that. Obviously finish it end of year, but that's my progress with this one. The other diamond painting, I actually was just working on this before I started recording this video. It is A Realm of the Cats by Diamond Art Club. I have had this one for years, and I've really slowly have worked on it, and I kind of decided that I want to maybe, I don't know if I'm going to be able to finish, because this project is huge. I'm going to insert the size here. Ew. Moss is moss, as I always say. Bigger is better. Ew. But my goal is to ultimately at least get halfway done with this project, because I've had it for so long, and it's just kind of been sitting there. So this year I really took the initiative to really work on it, and like I said, I worked on it right before recording this video for like 34 hours today. This thing is almost as tall as me. I'm 5 foot tall, exact 5 feet. I also can't English if you can't tell, but this project is freaking huge. I have a binder clip on it because I have to roll it up because I have a very small desk. It's not really meant for diamond painting, but it's fucking huge. Okay, it's huge, and I've had this for so long, and like I said, I decided to take the initiative to really work on this. If not finish it, I definitely at least want to get halfway. And so I actually just worked on this. I worked on the end, so this row is almost done. This is empty. I'm actually going to stream it this week. Twitch.tv/CaptaCausa. I say this week, by the time this video comes out, I don't know when I'm going to stream this again, but I finished all this white because I didn't want to do that on stream because I find that kind of boring, and I feel like the more color the better, you know. So I still have this little section, but I finished this right here like literally an hour ago, as well as this over here. So this is where we're at with it. It's huge. So like I said, if I don't get this done by the end of the year, I will be happy with halfway. As my WIPs, that is all I have right now. I try not to have too many. I do have some future ones that I want to talk about, that I do have planned, because I'm interested to see in 4 months if I decided to continue with this or what direction I kind of went with. So the first thing is actually tomorrow, which is April 6th. I'll be celebrating 3K followers on Twitch, and I will be working on the... It's in my closet. I'm not gonna go grab it. I'm gonna insert photo here, okay? And then maybe when I'm done editing this video, I'll insert the completed project here, and it'll be part of my finishes, I guess. Another project I have planned is another cross stitch. I don't know how much I can say, but I'll be part of an event celebrating Pride. And so I want to do a Pride related cross stitch. I kind of have a couple ideas in mind. So really I'm torn between two. One, and I'll post photos here. One that I've always wanted to do for Pride is the cross stitch pattern of a duck goose holding the pride flag in its mouth. I love that one, and I find that it's small and I could get it done because I'll be part of an event where I have sort of a time slot, so I figured I could probably get that done pretty fast. Excuse me. I could get that done pretty fast. The other one that I'm considering, and these are really cute, and there's a whole set of like different sexualities. I'll insert it here, but I was considering doing the pansexual one because I was like pansexual. I like pans, so we're doing the colored one. So I'm considering doing that because that's also a small one, and I actually really like that one because I think against the black fabric, I think it'll just stand out amazingly. So I haven't fully decided which one of those I want to do. Who knows, but maybe I end up finding a totally different project I want to do, but that's what I'm considering for this event. The next one I have planned, last year or the year before, I think it was 2023, I made a blanket for my mom, a crochet blanket. It is the only blanket I've ever completed, and I'll insert videos of the completed project here, and boom, photo of my mom with it. Look at that. Look at that. My cousin, when I was visiting home, she asked if I could make one for her, and I said yes, because it is very easy. It's a very easy project. Double crochet, chain, easy. It just takes a long time. So I'm gonna make her the same blanket, except, and you see this pink yarn that's a mess right here, instead of the red color I did for my mom's blanket, I'm doing pink, because I asked her what color she would like, and she said pink. RIP Joann's, but during Christmas they had a sale, and so I have all the yarn. Thank God I got it before Joann's went out of business, man. Because now I don't know where I'm gonna get my yarn from. A couple of people gave me some websites, but if y'all got any, please feel free to tell me. I've always bought my yarn from Joann's. My local Michael's ain't got shit. It has some Bernat stuff, but like my local Michael's doesn't even carry Red Heart anymore. So I'm set for now, but like in the future, I may need to find a new place to get yarn, because Joann's was my place to go. R.I.P. I probably won't start that till closer to the end of the year, as I get to Christmas time, because I'll more than likely be flying back home for Christmas again. So I'm not totally worried about that, but it is on my list. So I mentioned it earlier. I raise money every year. I do a big thing for my birthday. We're raising money for breast cancer. So I'm doing a milk thing. Get it? Because titties, milk. Yeah. So I'm kind of torn between, and I'm not going to say what projects I'm torn between right now, because I want it to be a surprise. I'm sort of torn in between what I want to do, because last year what I did was I made a bunch of pickles and I gave it to people who donated either $50 or $100. They got a whole, I called it a PP, what did I call it? Pickle package. It came with a lot of stuff. That was a lot of work, and I did like doing it, but it took way too much energy and time. So this year I'm sort of scaling it back. I still want to do a crochet project to give away for those high donors, but I haven't fully decided. My mod Josh mentioned twice in a video, gave me actually a new idea very recently that I think would be pretty good, but it's a wearable, so I don't know if people would really want to wear this thing. If not, I have some amigurumis I have planned, so I haven't fully thought that out, because the event's not till August, so I have plenty of time. And then lastly, one of the future projects, well, I guess you see this Lego set. At some point I'll do this. It'll probably be a celebratory thing. I guess that's a future project. But the last one I have written down, it's an embroidery kit. Shout out to Hole. She got me this off of my throne. I've only done one embroidery kit before. And with the photo here, I did this last year. I can't remember, but I really wanted to get back into embroidery because I did like it. As far as the easy stitches, fuck French knots though. As I'm looking at this, I see there's French knots. Fuck my life. Anyways, so Hole got me these kits. I love it. So that's the first one. There's a set of 3. It says, well, shit, don't be shitty. So I want to do one of these. I'd like to give it away at the end of the year on Twitch. I celebrate my affiliate anniversary, and I just give away a bunch of things. If you can't tell already and you don't know me, I love giving shit away, because I do make things for myself, but I don't know, that's my love language, man. I love giving back to people. I love giving things. I'm so honored, and I say this all the time on stream, but I'm so honored to basically get paid to craft. I mean, that's not my full-time job, but like all of these supplies were paid for by my Twitch community, and I'm very fortunate, and so I find it in me to just give back all the time. And obviously some things are for me, like the Lego set. That's for me. But like something like this, or you know, the amigurumis I showed you earlier that we did for charity, all of that, like I love giving stuff away. So I try to get back as much as I can. Like I said earlier, I want to do an update every 4 months or quarterly, so we'll probably have another video, if I remember, either around August or September time, and hopefully I've finished some of these projects I've shown today, or I've made a lot of progress. Like that, the big cross stitch, like that's not gonna get done. But I hope to have made a lot more progress on those. So yeah, if you'd like to see in real time, because by the time I edit all these things and everything else, and same as with gaming as well, so I'm very behind on my gaming videos and editing, because I do also stream games over on Twitch. Right now I'm playing Baldur's Gate 3 with crowd control, which, holy fuck, that's crazy. And I'm playing Hollow Knight because I have to get the platinum for that game because it was a charity incentive from last year. So I'm kind of going back and forth between that with some random games here and there. So if you'd like to see any of that live, because by the time I edit, by the time I get around to it, it's going to be a couple months old and you've missed out, you can follow me on my Twitch. I'm going to post it here. I'm live, mostly typical stream, but with work and, you know, other stuff. I'm typically live Sundays, Mondays, Wednesdays, Friday/Saturday, mostly Saturdays, but if I can't do Saturday, I try to do Friday in the evenings. Like I said, I work a 9-to-5 job, so unfortunately I can't stream during the day, so I'm sorry for any European friends or if you can't stop by, but I appreciate y'all nonetheless. And yeah, that's it. So hopefully in 4 months you see a lot more progress in my crafting. So thank you for watching. Feel free to leave any comments on what I could do better as far as this video, if you have any tips for me, etc, etc. So feel free. Otherwise I will see you in 4 months potentially. Something I always say on my Twitch stream when I end it, I say, listen, you're all bad bitches who too can do a lot of crafting in 4 months. I always say something different every time, but you too can craft some shit. I need to not cuss so much, man, in 4 months. And then something else I always do is I say, peace punch, Captain Crunch. I will see you with the next quarterly update. Why? Outro. I'm gonna do cool. Whoa, whoa. Explosions. Explosions.